Here are the top stories of the news. Serap appeals 100 million naira defamation judgment delivered in favor of DSS officials. Federal government in talks with World Bank for fresh $1.25 billion loan. On the foreign scene, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer defies calls to quit, says he's getting on with governing. Good afternoon and welcome to Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. My name is Olufemi Alube. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has filed an appeal against the 100 million naira defamation judgment delivered against it by the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja in favor of officials of the Department of State Services. In a statement issued this morning by SERAP Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare, the organization described the judgment delivered on May 5 by Justice Yusuf Halilu as a travesty and a miscarriage of justice. According to SERAP, the appeal was filed on Friday, May 8 by Senior Advocate Tayo Yetsibo, alongside an application seeking a stay of execution pending determination of the appeal. SERAP stated that the notice of appeal already filed will be amended upon receipt of the certified true copy of the judgment to incorporate key portions of the judgment that further highlight its flawed nature. Justice Halilu had ordered SERAP to pay 100 million naira in damages to DSS officials Sarah John and Gabriel Ogundele over publications made by SERAP's ex-handle alleging that they unlawfully occupied its Abuja office in September 2024. Turning to politics, the governor of Kaduna State, Uba Sani, has expressed confidence that Nigerians, particularly from those from the northern region, will vote for President Bola Tinubu for a second term in 2027. Speaking in a news chart on Monday evening, the governor said Tinubu has successfully stabilized the Nigerian economy since assuming office in 2023. The governor questioned what the opposition, who frequently criticized the president, could do differently, noting that they have yet to present any viable alternatives. Ahead of the 2027 general election, the ruling All Progressives Congress APC has faced complaints from some aspirants over consensus arrangements, raising fears of a potential implosion within the party. However, Governor Sani said he is not worried about the situation. On reports of a crack within the Progressive Governors Forum, Governor Sani, who is the vice chairman of the forum led by Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, said there was no problem. He denied any serious issue, but described it as a slight misunderstanding, adding that in democracy, people disagree in order to reach agreement. Here in Osho State, Director General of Governor Ademola Adeleke's campaign council, Senator Lere Oyewumi, has reiterated calls for the police to carry out proper investigation into the murder of Kolade Eluyara in Ikire, the deceased, who was the son of Irewole Accord Party women leader, was shot dead by gunmen last Friday. While speaking on Western Spring Television's Morning Spring program, Senator Oyewumi, representing Osun West, accused the All Progressives Congress APC of orchestrating the killing of Mr. Iluyara. He alleged that there had been several engagements between the deceased man's mother and the gubernatorial candidate of the APC, Bolo Yebanji. The senator further claimed that before the killing of the late Accord Party agents, there were other criminal acts like kidnapping and assault of civilians. Separately, Senator Oyewumi denied accusations of lopsidedness in the infrastructural development carried out by the Adeleke administration. Governor adding that each community was provided with their needs rather than the size.
court in the local government fought in the same polling booth with Bola Ebanji. The boy they killed is always our party agent in that polling unit. Bola Ebanji had made series of attempts to lure that woman to come to his side, including promising her Hajj to send her to Mecca. And the woman refused. There has been so many engagements between them. There is no time they have an election and there won't be confrontation either between Bola Ebanji and this woman or between Bola Ebanji's wife and that woman. So apparently before now, they have seen that woman as a stumbling block in that polling unit and they met her there. Bola is very recent in politics. The woman has been with us in PDP for over 20 years. They met her there, so there's no way they can send her away.
That they're still not assumptions. I mean, irrespective of
one thing leads to another. One thing will lead to another. And on that particular day, a lot of things happened before the killing. They are confirmed who killed and why. Around 7 p.m., the boy Ojuobo Kekome Alabi and his gang with Asiri Ediba and co, they were tormenting, they are moving around the town like they are in a war front. There are more than 5 cases reported to the police on that particular day. They went to the front of the palace and kidnapped one Okada rider. The other people ran away. They phoned me and said, please go to the police to report. They went to the police to report. After about 20 minutes, they dropped that one in another location. That one ran back to the police station. They kidnapped another boy. We didn't even know that because they put that one in the boot of their Sienna car. There's a new evidence now that God has used to prove us right.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has identified insecurity and poor network connectivity as major challenges threatening the smooth conduct of the ongoing continuous voter registration (CVR) exercise in Kebbi State. The State Resident Electoral Commissioner, REC, Abubakar Sir King Fawa, made this known on Monday in Birnin Kebbi during a meeting with journalists and key stakeholders in election management. Sir King Fawa said the third phase of the exercise commenced on Monday and will end on June 3 on a rotational basis across the state, adding that the exercise will also hold from July 6 to July 10 at all 21 INEC local government area offices in the state. According to him, the exercise is being conducted across the state's 225 registration areas, with these words to enable eligible Nigerians who have attained the age of 18, as well as those who were unable to register previously, to obtain their permanent voters cards, PVCs. The REC noted that the exercise also provides an opportunity for registered voters to transfer their registration, replace lost or damaged PVCs, and correct personal information on their voter records. To security, the Edo State Police Command has launched an investigation into a fatal shooting incident that occurred on Sunday at approximately 5 p.m. around the University of Benin Axis in Benin City. According to a statement by the police public relations officer, ASP Enoch Okwedem, preliminary investigations reveal that 3 occupants of a Mercedes-Benz GLK vehicle, Nwoke Blessed, Alexander Moegete, and Chinenya Christian Mbagu, were driving out of Uniben when an unidentified white GLK vehicle reportedly intercepted them at the university's main gate in Ugbowo. The occupants of the suspect vehicle reportedly lowered their windows and opened fire on the victims before fleeing to an unknown destination. As a result of the attack, the occupants of the vehicle sustained varying degrees of gunshot injuries. A female passerby identified as Dorothy Uba was also said to be hit during the incident. Police operatives promptly mobilized to the scene upon receiving the report, and the victims were immediately rushed to the University of Benin Teaching Hospital for urgent medical attention. Tragically, Alexander Mogete was confirmed dead by the doctor on duty. The State Commissioner of Police CP Monday Ogbonika, has ordered a full-scale investigation into the incident with the aim of tracking down the fleeing suspects and bringing them to justice. Moving on, the Joint Admission Matriculation Board (JAMB) has released the list of top scorers for the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) with an applicant to the University of Lagos (UNILAG) leading the chat at its 2026 policy meeting on admission to tertiary institutions in Abuja on Monday. JAMB said Ekiti-born Oweye Jesudunsin, who sat for the examination in Ogun State, was ranked as the highest scorer for the 2026 UTME. She scored 372 out of 400 marks to emerge as the highest scoring candidate. According to JAMB Registrar Isaac Oloyede, Jesudunsin applied to study medicine and surgery as her first choice at the University of Lagos. Her score is 3 marks lower than the 2025 top scorer of 375. Anambra-born Chinendu Okeke got the score. In second place this year was Ikenna Enwere with 370 marks. The Imo-born picked Nile University in Abuja as her first choice and chose to study computer science. He was closely followed by Ayomide Bamishile of Ondo State, who scored 369 marks. Bamishile applied to study software engineering at the Federal University of Technology, Akure Futa, Ondo State. You're watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. We will be right back after this break.